on, everybody? Welcome back to Talkin with Jake. Hope we're doing well. I'm sure you saw I uploaded a video this morning. Sorry it took a little longer than usual to upload that. I had some issues with that, but that won't happen again. But I'm sure you saw the episode I did yesterday with Justin. I had Justin on. We talked about a lot of different things. We talked about CM Punk and football and a lot of different things. Not too much to cover today. We're going to go a little more deeper on college football in the NFL, and of course, Game Fix Day is tomorrow. We have Arizona. They made a trade about a week ago. They pick up Daniel Suarez from Seattle. They give up Carlos Vargas and Sebi Zavala. Seattle, I guess, won't decide to send him out. Then he's got a lot of power. He's an okay third baseman. He also doesn't hit for a ton of average, but Arizona picks up a nice bat. They give up a couple of, a young pitcher in Vargas, who they have in the minor leagues, and then Sebi Zavala is like a death catcher, basically. Shoto Imanaga has been posted. He was a star pitcher in the Japanese Baseball League. He had 2.7 ERA last year. I heard the Yankees and Dodgers are interested in him, but another Japanese star could be calling to the big leagues. Of course, he's had a lot of them the last few years. Of course, Shohei Ohtani is the most notable one. Last year, he had Kawhi Senga go to the Mets. He had Masataka Yoshida go to the Red Sox. Now, Yoshida Yamamoto is one of the most prized free agents on the market, and now Imanaga is going to follow him. And there's somebody else. He's like 21 or 22 years old. He had a big World Baseball Classic. I think he's like in a couple of years when he comes, he'll be like just probably even bigger. So a lot of talent over there when it comes to baseball. Had a couple of moves. The Cardinals have been adding to our starting rotation. They brought in Kyle Gibson on a one-year deal worth $10 million, I think $10 or $12 million. They also signed Sonny Gray 3 years, $75 million. So the Cardinals have signed Lance Lynn, Kyle Gibson, and Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray, I think, is a pretty good move. They gave him $25 million a year. I think that's a lot, but he's coming off of a very good year. He's overall, outside the one tough year with the Yankees, he had a few years back. He's been a very good, second or third starter. Lance Lynn has really struggled the last 2 years between the White Sox and the Dodgers, but of course he started his career in St. Louis. Could he bounce back? I don't know. I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but it's for a year for like 10 or 12 million, and then they have an option for the year after. And then Gibson, he had 15 wins for Baltimore last year. He's a solid innings leader in the back of your rotation. That move I did like. Problem is the rotation's very old. You have Sonny Gray, you have Gibson, you have Lynn, and you also have Miles Michaelis, and then Steven Matz. They have a very old rotation. And I don't really think they have an ace anyway, so that's probably my one issue with it. The Detroit Tigers signed Kenta Maeda. There was, rumors swirling for quite a few days. They were deep in talks with them. They were able to complete a contract. Kenta Maeda to Detroit, 2 years, $25 million, trying to help out that young pitching staff. Now, I'm not sure if you heard, but the Raiders cut Marcus Peters, veteran corner. He's got basically nothing left. He has not been good this year, so he's been cut. The Minnesota Wild, they fired their head coach, Dean Evison. They've been struggling. Of course, NHL teams love firing coaches midseason for whatever reason. They brought in John Hines to replace him. I'm not a fan of Hines. I didn't think he was great with the Devils. He was kind of in Nashville. NHL loves just recycling the same old mediocre head coaches, and John Hines is no different. I don't know how much this will change things, but we'll see what happens. And before we get to football, Josh Giddey he's under investigation right now. The young star player, Oklahoma City Thunder. There were some pictures posted with a young woman, not even a woman. She's a junior in high school. My message to these athletes: you guys gotta be careful, okay? I know you guys know you're popular and you're making all this money, but and you might meet a pretty younger girl. Just make sure you know what you're doing. Be careful of social media and just be careful who you guys meet. Josh Giddey is one of the best young players in basketball, and now his career is in danger of possibly being over. He might lose his $40 million sponsorship with some company in like Australia, because he's from Australia. So please be careful, everyone. Please be careful and make sure you make the right decisions. All right, let's talk about. I talked about a bunch of games in college football yesterday with Justin. I'm gonna just pretty much recap everything. And then I'll do the same for NFL, and we're probably going to close this out. There isn't too much to talk about today. Number 12, Ole Miss beats Mississippi State 17-7 last week. Yeah, I talked about Oregon, number 6 beating number 16, Oregon State 31-7. Yeah, number 7, Texas, they roll over Texas Tech 57-7. Number 9, Missouri beats Arkansas 48-14. Yeah, number 11, Penn State demolished Michigan State 42-0. Rough year for Michigan State, 4-8, all the off-the-field stuff. But now, like I said yesterday, they got Jonathan Smith. They brought in Jonathan Smith from Oregon State to be their head coach. I think it's a pretty good hire. Then they just need some stability in that program, which I think he can bring. He's done a good job at Oregon State. So hopefully he brings some stability for that program today, because they are a mess right now. Yeah, number 13 Oklahoma beat TCU 69-45 in a shootout. You had number 17 Iowa beat Nebraska 13-10. That's typical Iowa game, low scoring. Number 23 Tulane beats UTSA 29-16. We talked about the Georgia and the Michigan Ohio State game. Talked about the Washington game. Talked about a lot of these games already. Underranked Kentucky upsets number 10 Louisville 38-31. Yeah, number 14 LSU beat Texas A&M 42-30. Texas A&M just hired Mike Elko as their head coach, though. Coach from Duke. He was the defensive coordinator at Texas A&M from 2018 to 2021. He's done a really good job the last 2 years at Duke, and now he's back at Texas A&M as their head coach. Of course, they fired Jimbo Fisher a couple of weeks ago, and now Mike Elko is their new head coach. I do like the hire. He's also familiar with the program. He's done a good job at Duke. Now he goes back to A&M as the head coach. Number 15 Arizona beats Arizona State 59-23. Number 18 Notre Dame beats Stanford 56-23. Iowa State with an upset over number 19 Kansas State 42-35. Yeah, number 20 Oklahoma State beats BYU 40-34 in double overtime. Incredible game. OK State's running back Gordon Mathur had 5 touchdowns in that game. Crazy game. In overtime, both teams traded touchdowns, and in double overtime, OK State scored. We went for 2, didn't get it, but then they forced a fumble on BYU's drive to hold on. So BYU not going bowling, and Oklahoma State goes to the conference championship game this year. This upcoming week. Number 21 Tennessee beats Vanderbilt 48-24. Number 22 NC State beats UNC 39-20. Number 24 Clemson beats South Carolina 16-7. And number 25 Liberty beats UTEP 42-28. So that was rivalry week, because we got the conference championships this week. Talk more about that tomorrow. In the NFL, and then we went through all the Thanksgiving games on what that Black Friday game was. I'm tired of this Jets team. Another year down the drain. Zach Wilson sucks. Tim Boyle, I don't know how he's in the NFL. He had 1 touchdown, 13 picks at UConn. He had, I think, 11 touchdowns and 13 picks at Eastern Kentucky. He's been horrible everywhere he's been in the NFL. Their O-line's atrocious. Hackett's a abysmal offensive coordinator. Joe Douglas has not done a good enough job. And I'm tired of Robert Saleh. I know people say it's not his fault. He has been given a good quarterback, but still, teams for 3 years, the team is always unprepared, always undisciplined. The same crap with this guy. Now the fire is not there anymore. They asked him about like that Hail Mary. Oh, how do you have a pick 6 on a Hail Mary? Come on, 100-yard picks on a Hail Mary. There's no effort. There's no effort. That they don't care anymore. He's not trying to fix anything. He's got no fire. He doesn't care. I want him to go after the year, to be honest. The Falcons over the Saints 24-15. We had Steelers beat the Bengals 16-10. The Steelers in 58 games under Matt Canada. Never had 400 total yards. And as soon as he gets fired, they go over 400 total yards. Look at that. Now the Bengals at 5-6. I think they're done without Joe Burrow, to be honest. Titans beat the Panthers 17-10. Of course, Carolina just fired Frank Reich. They also fired their quarterback's coach, Josh McCown, and then the assistant head coach and running backs coach, Duke Staley. They're a complete mess, the Panthers. You got the Colts over the Bucs 27-20. Colts might make the playoff. They've been a lot better than I thought, especially without Anthony Richardson, their star rookie quarterback for most of the year. Kudos to Shane Steichen. He's done a good job this year. The Giants beat the Patriots 10-7. That was a god-awful game. Mac Jones, they both played. Zappy bench replaced Mac in the second half. Both of them suck. I don't know who you started at this point. I guess Zappy looked slightly better than Mac. Still not saying much. Jaguars over the Texans 24-21. You had the Broncos over the Browns, 29-12. Browns won 5 in a row. They're right there in the mix now. Rams over the Cardinals, 37-14. Chiefs over the Raiders, 31-17. Eagles over the Bills, 37-34 in overtime. Allen threw a pick. He's got 8 straight games with at least 1 interception. This guy, man. No, Bills 6-6. I don't think they're making the playoffs. That was a crazy game. It was 31-31 going to overtime. Bills got a field goal open up, and then the Eagles got a touchdown to win the game when they got the ball, and another rushing touchdown for Jalen Hurts. The Eagles are at 10-1 now, best record in the NFL. Bills, they changed the overtime rules for Josh Allen. He still can't win a game in overtime. He's 0-6 in his career in overtime. He's 0-2 this year. Week 1 against the Jets, where he played awful. We lost that game, and now he loses to the Eagles. And the Ravens beat the Chargers 20-10. The Chargers watched the guy they picked. They passed on Zay Flowers, just torched them all night. And they picked Quentin Johnson instead of him, and Quentin Johnson absolutely sucks. Chargers are at 4-7. When in the hell is Brandon Staley getting fired? I can't take it. The dude is awful. Fire him. I've been saying it since they lost in the playoffs last year. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. Tune in tomorrow. Until next time, so long. Have a great day.